Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and this is OpenMikeWorkshop. So if you've been following this series, you know that we've been covering everything to do with recording in a home studio. We've talked about planning, lyrics, the microphone, the audio interface, the DAW, Cakewalk Sonar specifically, and even how to get your music onto services like Spotify or iTunes. Today is the grand finale, the pièce de résistance, if you will. It's the one I've kind of been holding off making because I was looking for a better mousetrap. The way I've been doing it was pretty slow, took a very long time, it was not very enjoyable, it was just a lot of busy work. But I was waiting for some more tools to come up, so I found some that I've just discovered recently that you can use to create custom AI videos that visually display what you think should be displayed for your song. So you can come up with your own ideas. You could even be you in different situations. You can upload your image and it can convert that to something else. So it's really up to your imagination. Now this is very different from AI music in general. There's a way to just completely use AI. You can upload a song, it can convert it to metal, it can convert it to a different singer, it can convert style to style. You've probably seen these videos all over the internet. There's a company, Suno, that's really big, but there's music videos that they make the music and the videos, so it's all 100% AI. That's not what this is. This is your own music, but you're just looking for something interesting to use as an AI visual. So the good part is it's up to your imagination. It's almost endless what you can do. The bad part is you can kind of get caught up in the overreaction that YouTube is having right now for what's called AI slop. So when they see something is 100% AI, they kind of downgrade displaying that. But you're still able to make it, and hopefully things will level out in the long run. And the good news about using generated AI visuals is there's no camera crew, there's no lights, there's no makeup, there's no costumes. You know, you can of course just play your song and actually play it over the recording and then sync everything up and do that if you think that's what you want to display. This is really the most optional of everything I've showed you. You're going to need an audio interface, you're going to need a DAW. There are certain things you're going to need. This AI visual is basically making a music video for your song. I grew up, I'm Gen X, I've been saying it over and over. We grew up with music videos, so I like the idea of putting a story around my song. So again, completely up to you. By the end of this video, hopefully you have enough tools and knowledge to be able to make your own video into your own music. YouTube will upload your song to YouTube, but it will use the cover art that you provided as a still and play your song over that for the entire duration. So it's pretty boring. So you can make your own video, label it as official music video on your channel, and then you could have the actual song, and then you could have your video layer on top of it. So let's go ahead and dive in. Back in the early days, I did what most of us did. I used royalty-free sites like Pixabay, Pexels, or even trials of paid subscriptions. Those are still great, and I use them for backgrounds or other tools today, but not for my videos. But there was obviously a big problem. The footage that you find for free rarely matches the exact mood that you're trying to set or the story of the lyrics. You end up with generic sunrise clips for a breakup song. It just doesn't always sync up or feel right. That's why I switched to generative AI. Now I can create original characters, scenes, and motion that feel like they were made for my specific cover. It's not always better than filming yourself lip syncing. I want to make that clear. That still looks the most personal. But this method is faster, cheaper, and honestly produces some really cool, almost dreamlike results. I've kind of been blown away by what I've been able to get. I'd recommend starting with the 3 to 4 sentence summary of your video ideas. Mine usually reads something like, main character, young woman with long hair and a leather jacket. Story arc, starts alone in a rainy city. Verse 1, finds an old guitar in an abandoned studio. Chorus, plays and lights up the whole city. Bridge, ends on a rooftop at sunrise. Outro. So it divides what you want to convey into the musical components so you can kind of line up your ideas to the song. Here's where the magic starts. Nowadays, I always begin with Grok because the image quality is insane and the character consistency from visual to visual is the best I've seen. So here's kind of a prompt formula I'm going to use for the song Twilight Zone, song from the 80s about a detective, got double, triple cross, something. Anyway, here's what I'm going to use. A cinematic still of a detective noir detective in a trench coat with a hat, in a cheap hotel room alone, seated at a table with a lit cigarette, dimly lit room, but you can see a grim expression on the detective's face. 16:9 format, highly detailed film grain. Now that's going to give you a very, very nice image to start with, something very clear, and it gives you a direction to begin with. Now, once you have a great image, you just hit this Animate button, and Grok is going to turn this into a 6-second clip. The motion, it's not that long, but it's very smooth. And it stays with that same character throughout the whole time. The problem is the limited time. 6 seconds is the max in Grok. So it's a great video, but it's just so short. But what I do is I download that very last frame. That last frame then becomes the starting image for the next clip, so every scene looks continuous. Okay, quick insert here as I was editing my video. My favorite thing to do, by the way. Favorite thing in the world. As I was editing this video, I realized I just casually said, save the last frame as an image and go from there. How? So, in order to save the last image, I use a program called MPC-BE. MPC, if you're old school like me, is media player. So Windows media player from back in the day. Anyway, it's kind of back. You can find it MPC-BE. Play your video all the way to the end. This is the MP4. You can see it play again. Start over. Waiting for this moment. I don't know why the voice is in there. Anyway, just you don't need we're going to turn the volume off, but it just Grok by default. That's an odd face. It adds audio as well. This is a full-blown tool. I'm just using it for the visuals, but it has audio as well. Take your last frame here and just go File, Save Image, or you can do Alt-I. It will then save it, or you give it a name. So I'm going to name this is Image 1. Just going to keep going. Image 2, Image 3, Image 4, and build a scene. The next one, maybe I'll say shoot from behind. Maybe I'll say he stands up and walks out the door. And, I'll just continue the story through and always save the last frame as an image, bring that into Grok, and continue. Sorry, just thought I'd interject that. Have a wonderful day. So Grok is perfect for starting the character, but Meta AI has a couple of superpowers that you can use to your advantage. You can upload Grok's last frame from the image, bring it into Meta AI, and then you can generate another visual, but you can extend. So it has the option to extend the visual up to 10 seconds. So if you use just the Groks, it's great, but you're going to need like 10 videos every minute per song. If you use Meta AI, you can get that down to 6 per minute. So it just depends. You could do intermingle the two. That's what I do. I usually go some here, some there, just see which ones look the best. All right, let's have a little fun now. So for the song The Twilight Zone, let's go ahead and get some fun videos in there for the chorus. This is about a double agent who's triple crossed, or it's all about spies and not really about the Twilight Zone. So I'm not going to go down the Twilight Zone TV show path. More of the spy detective noir theme is what I'm going to go with. So let's just put the lyrics in and think about it. Okay, stepping into Twilight Zone, places a madhouse, feels like being cloned. Okay, so that's the chorus. We'll talk about the detective spinning into the Twilight Zone. So first thing I'm going to do is upload an image of myself. You don't have to do this. It's fun. It's up to you. So I'm just going to, this is an older picture of me, whatever. I'm going to ask them to convert this image into a character. So it's my music video, why not? Let's see. First, you want to dictate the format, 16:9. You want it landscape, and that'll make more sense when you do video editing. But 16:9 format, if you're going to do this, is what I recommend. And I'm, for this one, going to say cinematic. You can do comic book themed. You can do fantasy themed, anime. You can do whatever theme you want. I'm going to do cinematic here just to keep it a little more realistic. All right, so it's going to be a crazy image. So fantasy image. Oops, if I can spell. I can spell. My fingers can't seem to spell. That's always my problem. See what it comes up with. It could be great. It could be terrible. You never know. Okay, it used my clothes. I didn't dictate what he was wearing. See, this is what you learn from using AI more often. So let me put that same image back up. Let's give it a shot. There we go. That's starting to look a little better. I don't know if it's got the anguished down, but maybe when it does a video, I'll try that. Let's make this. And the good thing about Grok too is it gives you two choices. Whichever one you like better, you can go with, and you can keep generating and generating, and it'll give you different images over and over, and you'll always get two at a time to select from. So I do like that a lot. Let's do which one looks more interesting? This one looks a little more visually interesting as the vortex is longer. See how it animates this. So all you do is find the picture you want of the two, click on this animate. It makes it a video.
Behold the storm I command. The vortex obeys my will. Behold the storm I command.
Okay. It likes to insert audio all the time. Thinks it's a benefit to the user. I gotta specify no audio. So let me go back. I'll make it again, but I'll edit it after the fact. You have remove audio. Remove spoken voice, I'll say after. Turned me into some sort of a sorcerer this time. So, same image, completely different output. I'm going to see if I can edit this. Let me just try to... Yeah, I'll put some context here. This is not a superhero detective. Is an anguished man, I guess that got lost, who is petrified, paranoid, and spinning uncontrollably down the vortex. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Down the vortex. Let's get real deep here. It represents a descent into madness. Whatever. Let's see what it comes up with here. I love it. That's exactly what I was going for. I can have multiple versions of this. Yeah, this one's fantastic, so I'll just save it. When you find a version or a little clip or an audio visual you like, just download it. And it goes into this generic file name, and you organize those files locally, string them together, and you make a little scene. So let's just keep going with the next one. If you want to start from scratch, just hit chat. And I'm going to start from scratch because I want a different scene. Same guy. All right. So. All right. Let's see what it comes up with. I have no idea. I'm just trying to say. The line is, help I'm summoned in the Twilight Zone. This is a madhouse. Feels like being cloned. I'm just insane asylum and cloning. Let's just see what it comes up with. And then we'll tweak. Okay, more of the same. So they're clones in a geometric pattern. That's a cloning machine? Neither one look like a cloning machine. I'm going to edit, say, so let's see. Alright, let's try that. I wanted a walkthrough machine, and so maybe it'll show some cloning. That's interesting too. I like it as the words on it. Let's try to animate this one. Not crazy about the prisoner motif, but it looks like a jail. See how it animates. That's very strange. It doesn't understand a lot of physics. It's very strange. Yeah, that's not making sense. Just help to explain cloning. Oh my goodness. That's close enough. Walk in one way, back out the other. That's fine. I like that. I can go with that. We'll just download it.
I'm stepping into the Twilight Zone. This is a madhouse, feels like being cloned. My fingers, they move under moon and star. Where might it go now that I've gone too far?
You can see how the character looks very similar from visual to visual. That's the whole key with using the last frame. This last part, editing, can be quite monotonous, but it definitely pays off. I usually use about 10 to 15 clips per minute, so that could be quite a bit of clips for one of your longer songs. First, I use Grok to generate a high quality starting image and or scene. Then I use Grok to generate a 6-second clip. I save that clip onto a song folder on my computer and then screenshot the last frame. I take that frame and I'll feed it into Meta AI for some visuals, and then I'll extend. And you can repeat this back and forth between the two tools until you have your full story. Then import everything into your video editing tool of choice. I personally started with Canva. It's easy to use, you just drag and drop your clips, and their free tier is plenty enough. But recently I've moved on to DaVinci Resolve, their free version, because the color grading, the audio sync tools, I mean, this application is pro level. Once it's rendered in DaVinci Resolve, then you just upload it to YouTube like you would any other video. But you want to label it the official music video for your song. YouTube is still going to release that still image of your cover work over the duration of all your music. But you want to label yours to say official music video. Quick note, of course you can still set up a tripod and sing and play the music. A lot of your fans probably would love to see your face. And I'm not saying that that's worse, just saying that it's a little easier to use the AI visuals. I mean, if you want to get the live presentation feel to come across professionally, you're going to need lighting, some sort of a studio or a nice room. You're going to need maybe costumes, makeup, things that you may not think of to make that come across. So using AI visuals, you could even put yourself into those AI visuals. So it's just an option. I'm never going to claim AI is better. It's okay right now. It's getting better. You can definitely see improvements. It's definitely not better than the human performance. It's just kind of easier now, and you have a lot more freedom, and you can be a lot more creative. And honestly, it's kind of fun once you get the hang of it. So here are some tips to keep in mind. Keep character descriptions consistent word for word, or Grok or Meta, they'll drift in what they're showing you. Save every last frame screenshot as an image. You'll thank yourself later. Use the same keywords in every prompt for visual consistency. And if the motion looks weird, you could regenerate that one clip and try it again. Maybe it was the image that was a little off. If you wanted, inside of Resolve, you can add some film grain or modify the color so it doesn't scream AI too loudly when it definitely looks it. So that's the entire workflow, from idea to published video, all in one afternoon. If you've already tried this and you've had some success, please, in the comments, put in the link. I'd love to check out what you've been able to create. This is the final video in the OpenMikeWorkshop series on home studio. But I may have some revisions if I discover just an amazing interface or some brand new AI visual tools that may be even better than Grok or Meta AI. I'll release an update. All right, hit subscribe. like the video, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for being part of the workshop so far. So much more to do. We have covers to play, we have soup to nuts for multiple songs, and you'll be along with us on the ride. Keep making some music, and we'll talk to you next time.